Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make your Taiko have done and cast sounds independent of the game itself. We're going to have to download 3 programs and some sounds, so we're going to start off with Reaper. Just hit the download button for Windows. This is Windows only, but I believe the game is as well. Just download each of these links, send them here, and then we've got the sounds. Everything should be here on the desktop. And I'm going to start off by just extracting some of these. So that's the MIDI, leave MIDI, start. These sounds, we're going to want to make a new folder that we can just drag and drop those into. And extract the installer for this as well. Now we've extracted those, we don't need these RAR files anymore. I'm going to start off by installing Loop MIDI. Just going to ignore those and then agree. Install. We're going to let that launch. I'm going to install FDRN MIDI. Okay. Install, accept, blah blah blah. This will also launch once we've installed it. I need to do the same with Reaper. Agree, blah blah blah. Just gonna get rid of those two. This one takes a little longer to install, but it's still pretty quick. And then run Reaper once we've installed it. Well, the first time it's going to be loading a bunch of stuff, it'll be quicker on other boots, and then we can just delete these installers. I'm going to keep the sounds here. You can put these anywhere that is safe and out of the way for you. So now we've got each of these programs installed and opened, we're actually going to want to close the MIDI joystick and come over to Loop MIDI. In this new port name, you can leave it Loop MIDI, but I'm going to name it Taiko. And then click this plus button. So we now have a port called Taiko. In Reaper, we're going to come over, and in the top right here, I'm just going to click on it. It's going to bring up our preferences. We are going to want to set our audio first. If you've got a non-exclusive ASIO like I do, you can use that, but you won't be able to hear anything I do if I use that, so we're going to use Windows Audio System API. This should say default, but you can use the drop down and choose the actual devices that you'll be using. Then on the left hand side here, we want to go to MIDI inputs, and Taiko should be here. You've noticed that all of these are blank. We can just click on them to activate and deactivate them. Just make sure there's 3 dots, basically. You can also do this by right-clicking and enabling these 3. And then we can just click OK. At this point, we're going to want to insert some tracks, so we're going to come over to left here, right-click, insert new track. We're going to do that twice. And name our top one Dom, our bottom one Ka, and then we're going to mute these first. The default input device will be our microphone, and so when we arm this, it would play the mic. You see the red here talking. We don't want to be hearing that until we change our input devices. So on the top one, we want to change it to input MIDI, Taiko, and then channel 1. And then input MIDI, Taiko, channel 2. We can now unmute these tracks, and we're going to click the FX button on both of these tracks. I'm going to add in the Reaper Sample-O-Matic. You can just start to search sample up here, and it'll show in the list. So that's track 1, track 2. We can ignore all of these settings here. We just want to browse for the sounds that we found earlier. I saved mine in desktop, you may have saved yours elsewhere. So track 1 is going to be done. I'm going to open that. And then track 2 is Ka. The only thing we have to change in here now is at the start of our sound, we have a little bit of dead air, so when we press our buttons, it'll play a bit of dead air and then the noise. So we're just going to drag it up until the noise actually starts. And at this point, we are ready to set up our Fego controller thing. Joystick MIDI, just reopen that. We want to close this before so that the Taiko device that we made in loop MIDI would actually show up. We're going to create a new preset. I'm going to call this Taiko as well. We're going to make sure the device is correct. The Hori drum shows up as a Microsoft PC joystick for some reason. It's the only thing I got plugged in. You might have others to choose from, but if you just press on your drum, you should see the buttons show up. So DONs are 11 and 12, and your CAs are 7 and 8, at least for me. We're going to click the load button over here, and then the add button. So this is where we start to add our inputs. So under source, we're going to do our DONs first, so we want 11, channel 1, and just save. Add our second DON, which is channel button 12, also on channel 1. And then we're going to add our CAS, which is button 7, channel 2, and then button 8, also channel 2. At this point, didn't mean to click off of that. At this point we should be able to click activate in the bottom here, and it will start sending MIDI inputs from the joystick MIDI to the loop MIDI to Reaper, which will then play the sound. So that's our DON, that's our CA. That's all there is to do. You can save the project, so next time you open Reaper, all you have to do is open Reaper, and then open joystick MIDI, your loop MIDI, click the activate button, and you're good to play. This is good for people who are having latency issues, anyone who wants to change the sound of their Taiko drum to any stupid noise that they want, or if you just want to be able to play your drum without the game, or during the game's loading screens where it usually wouldn't make a noise. That's everything.